Again and again, he reminded people that the greatest commandments were to love God with all their heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love their neighbor as themselves. Everything else flowed from those two commands. When I look at the disciples, I find encouragement because they struggled with many of the same things we struggle with today. Peter battled fear and impulsiveness. Thomas wrestled with doubt. James and John desired greatness and recognition. Philip relied too heavily on what made logical sense instead of trusting God. Matthew had to leave behind a life defined by wealth and reputation. Judas allowed greed to harden his heart. These were ordinary people, and yet Jesus patiently walked beside them, corrected them, forgave them, and transformed them over time. That is an important reminder for us. Following Jesus has never meant becoming perfect overnight. It means allowing Him to continuously shape us into people who resemble Him more each day. Modern life presents different technology, different governments, different careers, and different distractions than those found in the first century, but the human heart remains remarkably similar. Pride still whispers that we deserve more than others. Fear still convinces us that everything depends on our own control. Anger still tells us retaliation will bring peace. Greed still promises happiness through possessions. Envy still compares our lives to someone else's. Lust still seeks temporary pleasure over lasting holiness. These are not new problems. They simply wear modern clothing. One reason people continue to struggle, despite having access to the Bible, is that reading truth is much easier than surrendering to truth. We often enjoy hearing verses that comfort us, but we naturally resist verses that ask us to forgive those who hurt us, love our enemies, humble ourselves, deny ourselves, or trust God when circumstances seem unfair. Obedience frequently costs something. It asks us to let go of our pride, our desire to control or for control, our need to be right, or our plans for how life should unfold. Jesus never promised that following Him would remove every hardship. Instead, He showed us how to walk faithfully through hardship. He Himself was misunderstood, falsely accused, rejected, mocked, betrayed, abandoned, and crucified. Yet throughout His ministry, His response constantly reflected the character of His Father. He corrected with love. He spoke with truth without hatred. He forgave while suffering. Even on the cross he prayed, "Forgive them, Father, for they not know what they do."